Hello and welcome to the IPSC Connect. I have with me very special guest, Mr. Subir Hazra. He is the Chief Commercial and Strategy Officer at the GMR Group in India. Now, GMR Group is one of the largest companies in India, and he has over 30 years of experience in strategy and operations. He is also an alumni of London School of Economics and University of Queensland. Welcome, sir, for joining us. I will have a couple of questions for you.
Thank you very
In
much.
order to explore.
Thank you very much for the opportunity. Thank you very much for inviting me here. I'm excited to be part of this.
Likewise, it's our pleasure all.
Thank you very much.
Few questions that I would like to, put your, focus on. How procurement, can contribute to commercial strategy and value creation?
Procurement can significantly contribute in value creations in the organizations. Now, when we say procurement from whom? Procurement from vendors, as per the requirement in the organizations. Now, it's the value creation process starts from the creation of vendors. What we call the concept is supplier value management. When you have to work closely with the suppliers, try to understand their supply chain processes, and you then integrate it with your own. You have alternative vendors. You have to sometime work with the vendors to develop a particular product which you are struggling to source from some resources. And then there are process in which, sometimes some certain critical spares or equipment or something which requires immediate involvement of our partners. So, the value creation process starts when you consider suppliers as your partner in business.
Absolutely.
And you work with them closely. You integrate with them, collaborate. The word that we always use, collaborate, but then most of the time, oftentimes we don't actually collaborate and go down and try to understand their logistical challenges that they are experiencing and try to find a solution which is win-win. So, in my opinion, immense value can be created if we work closely with the suppliers, the vendors that we call.
Absolutely. I think, like you mentioned, there are partners. And I think we have to collaboratively work and, run the function. From this, I have another question. How far you think, in India, the procurement skill set is developed to what extent of the workforce?
Well, you see, in the changing world, and in the conference, the first slide of my presentation is the VUCA and the money world. The world is changing fast. Every day there is certain unpredictable, unforeseen situations are coming up. Now, you see, India is still at a nascent stage, and we are evolving as a country, as a, these processes are key processes in a business. And the competency development, the training of the minds, that requires time, and we are evolving. We are working towards that. Every organizations have realized the good point is every organization has realized the value in creating competency in procurement function.
Right.
And trying to kind of sometimes integrate the functions, centralize the function for organizations. For each individual business units, earlier it used to be separate independent functions.
Very true, very true.
Now everybody is trying to leverage and trying to centralize the function. Almost all big organizations are moving towards that kind of strategy.
Right, thank you. And what about, if I just talk about GMR? Where do you see GMR's maturity in terms of procurement function, or let's say the skill set of the people? So where do you see on this level of 1 to 5?
Let me tell you about, we as organizers, we have evolved and we have learned a lot. We do, and let me tell you, we do benchmark. We always try to learn from others. Now, say for example, the procurement policy, when we started working on it, I was at that point of time was working closely with the group chairman of GMR Group. So we have learned from many procurement policies, one of the best procurement policies of the world, and we have found that the London Metro's procurement policy, we someone and we benchmarked that, studied that, we created the processes,
Wow.
procurement policy according to that, and then we have adopted the key issues and the key learnings.
Wow.
On a gradual process. On a scale of 5, we have miles to go. We never say that we have on a scale of 5, we are 5. No, maybe we are 3.5.
Okay.
Somewhere.
But I think it's
3.5, 3.6.
keeping in mind the
we have
size of
got
the market.
miles to go.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that keeping in mind the size of the market and the volume, India is very big, huge. So even if you are anything above 3, it's still you are actually leading the market.
Yes, and there are plenty to learn, and particularly kind of business that we are in, there are certain major suppliers, and they sometimes monopolizes the
Right.
We are working.
There is a control the function.
Yeah. So we are trying to say Honeywell is one of our, and then there are Siemens and
Siemens.
all of these who are providing very sophisticated know-hows to us in the airport of functions, in our airport operations. They play key role.
Yeah.
And in India, the market is little bit different from the Middle East or Asia Pacific, the other areas. So we always try to kind of develop new vendors and try to, you talked about creation of value. So value creation process, we try to, one of the key component is that.
Excellent. And if I ask you, see, India is digitally very ahead, in technologically, for example. So are you also seeing this pattern that, the companies are implementing the digital transformation in their procurement and supply chain functions?
Here again, we always talk about it, but, the strategy, there are two things. There is a strategy formulations and there is a strategy deployment or implementations. Now, there is a gap in all of this. We talk about it, the strategy is being developed, but then implementations about all of this, many of these technologies are far from satisfactory.
Okay.
So we have, again, on this point also, we have got miles to go. We are learning. We are trying to kind of learn from others, and we try to learn from other implementations plan. But then here again, we lack that.
I mean, thank you so much, and you summarized very well. And thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
And
Thank you
we
very
look
much.
forward to have you in more sessions. And thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.